Yeah, no worries. Run
Yeah.
your ad and give me a second. I'm just gonna quickly mute myself and go over voices one final time.
And now, I belong to this set. Well then. Welcome to Excess Talents. The mushroom grows in the highest canopy.
Hey, I'm doing Ezra.
Oh yeah, you're doing Ezra, right? Actually, remind me, which character you're doing? Because there's a lot of them that are named. Actually, you sent me a list before.
You're doing X, 6, Vertin, Medicine Pocket, Regulus.
Okay.
I hope I'm forgetting anyone. I hope I'm not. The narrator.
Yeah.
Rock, rock, rock.
Rock, rock, rock. So you do have a mother.
So you do have a mother.
So the main reason, by the way, why I'm like, okay, Decaf, you're voicing Vertin and Regulus is because my British accent is atrocious, and I'll not be putting myself in that position.
You what? Your British accent? No, I'm kidding. I can't.
Sorry, can
I can't
you-
hold it.
Oh my
Can you
god.
say bottle of water for me?
No.
It's the wrong British accent too.
Vasa flasher.
Oh, my British friends would be so mad at me if they're here.
You have British friends?
Yeah, koala.
No, no, no. Wait, sorry.
I also have British
No,
friends.
No, no. Miku Hatsune does not speak to British people.
Oh my goodness, you can make Miku say anything. The one thing you might have trouble doing though is making Miku rap.
Wait, I forgot a character that you're also supposed to voice. Spathodea.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Now it's time for Spathodea.
Do what?
I don't know. Hang on. Oh, Twan do
the
it?
British accent. The British accent.
Shadow wants you to voice Vertin.
Do I sound like a British person?
You
I think I'm
sound...
British.
You sound like a South British person for sure.
I don't
Vertin's
even
North
know
British.
the regions of England. I think I could do Scottish too.
Oh,
Okay,
Scottish
I
and
think I'm
Irish I
ready.
get confused so easily.
I'm not sure.
Guys, I think I'm ready.
Okay, let's go.
I hope.
Alright.
Time for disaster, everyone.
A day plotted logarithmically. Part 1. After 0, new numbers. The young attendees sit around a round table, discussing a chilling topic. Alright now, let me get a good look at you. Alright now, let me get a good look at this thing. So, the special exhibition area is located in Zone C. Looks like we need to take this path to get there.
I just can't believe I'm finally getting to see this stone with my own two eyes.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember those critics on TV calling all a hoax. Let's see what they have to say for themselves now. The Little Plus Museum, a place rich in history and heritage. For a long time, it has been silent, but now it was once more with shuffling feet and whispered curiosity.
So, this is the promotional poster for the special exhibition. Brilliant. I like the simple geometric lines. Their arrangement is just right.
3 young people sit at the round table in the museum's refreshment area. One of the girls, dressed in peculiar flowing robes, draws curious glances from passersby. However, her eyes do not budge. They are fixed on the poster in her hand. Its title reads, Laplace Museum, Special Exhibition, The Miracle Stone from 4.5 billion kilometers across the cosmos. A small area circled at the bottom reads, Special Star of Wonder themed ice cream, available during exhibition only.
Who voices the shopkeeper?
I could do side characters if you're doing a lot of main ones, but I'll leave it to you.
I don't mind. The shopkeeper is there a few times.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry for the wait, folks. Here's your ice cream.
I don't think we waited too long, but thank you all the same.
Thank you.
Come on now. You and your friend saved my shop. I owe you big time.
The two other young people at the table also received their ice cream.
Looks yummy. Even better than the poster. I wouldn't usually eat this kind of thing. All the same, though, I never thought things would turn out the way they did.
I don't
Miss
understand.
Miller.
Oh.
Miss Miller told me she considers the survival of her ice cream shop to be the result of your hard work. But I still don't know the whole story. And then there's Miss 37.
I know.
Everyone at the computing center has been talking about you. They say you're a brilliant mathematician. I'm honored to finally be meeting you in person. Please, there's no need for formalities. You can call me 37, and I'll call you Ezra, if that's alright. I've heard a lot about you too.
Your number.
You're precisely as I thought you'd be. Your real and imaginary parts are neat numbers. Not that I dislike that at all. I've never had an imaginary number for a friend before.
Oh, right. They consider humans as imaginary numbers, not even people.
Imaginary numbers? Like the ones Descartes proposed in the 17th century? You'll get used to it. I had no clue what she was saying when I first met her. To be honest, half the time I still don't. I'm sure that must be an interesting story. I still have some time before my lecture. I'd love to hear it if you'd like.
Sure.
Certainly. I think we should start with my theorem that our heads in tangent with the table.
I'm sorry.
Sorry?
Good.
I want you.
Mesmer Jr. sighs. She'd rather just finish her ice cream in peace, but it seems the task of telling the story sensibly has been forced upon her.
Well, it all started with an old classmate, Vertin. It was all because of her that I got mixed up with 37, and a series of peculiar events followed.
Mesmer Jr. begins her tale, and time is rewound to 3 days ago. The Star Museum, ice cream, distant stars, and numbers.
What was she thinking? Do I look like a babysitter? Who even uses this kind of thing nowadays?
therapist looks down at the scroll in her hand, like something out of ancient Greece.
Nothing.
It's none of my business. Excuse me. I'm looking for someone here from the Foundation. She came to headquarters for advanced training.
That's right.
Incredible! So that was the right value. Huh? Huh? What was that? This particular sellsword target for inquiries is not the best choice, but finding a normal research little plot is never a simple task. With the lobby uncommonly empty today, it seems that there is no better option available.
I said I'm looking for someone here from the Foundation. She came to headquarters for advanced training.
I don't know.
Do I look like a receptionist? Go ask someone else. I don't have time for. Hang on. You're looking for 37 too? In both number and name, it seems they're both looking for the same figure, and they're not alone.
Huh?
2. Yes, I'm looking for a girl named 37.
The researcher's eyes widen, a fear response.
No.
No, 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 no! He begins moving toward the hallway as fast as uncolored and noodle-like limbs will carry him. I was here first! You! You get behind me! Wait your turn! He runs off, as the echoing of his footsteps fades in the lobby. The lone therapist left standing there bewildered.
What?
What's going on here?
Researchers spread across the corridor like an outbreak of gray-colored mode. Some are locked in heated discussion, while others sprawl on the floor or lean against the walls, writing, notating, and sketching out figures and drafts. All of them enthralled in the kind of manic frenzy Mesmer Jr. recognized but certainly does not condone.
Okay, I got it.
So, that's why the lobby's so empty today. Emptier than usual anyways.
She paused there a while, as a constant stream of researchers clutching their papers rushed into the room at the end of the hall, or running off out of it, waving their seemingly solved problems.
That's awesome.
Yes! She's got it! That girl really is a genius!
Insanity.
This place never changes. Egghead scientists losing their minds at the slightest provocation.
Fortunately, the researchers, glued as they are to their place in line, take no notice of her. She takes a deep breath and heads to the room at the end of the hallway. Piles of paper scattered across geometric models almost buried the entire desk, with a small office crammed with researchers, packed like chittering cans of liquefied anxiety. They wave their papers in the air, shine the desk like hungry Glovakas.
Hey! Hey, 37, look at this. I calculated using the method you suggested last time. Here's new data, but now a new problem's popped up. Wait, I'm not done yet. Wait your turn. I'm waiting all day, you buffoon. Swallow your pride and just accept 37's algorithm is simpler than yours.
What?
What? Gosh! Drivel and baloney! Just look! Look closely, you!
So gross.
What kind of mess have I walked into now? This place is a battlefield in egghead hell.
The therapist lost a sharp breath, pulling her head out of the chaotic abyss. Personally, I'd be more inclined to employ the metaphor of valiant heroes catapulting themselves into courageous confrontation to earn the favor of their goddess.
Thanks.
After the initial surprise of hearing the familiar voice, Mesmer resumes her usual indifferent expression.
Do you intend on becoming one of these heroes?
Rather than genuflecting to win the favor bestowed by this goddess, I intend only to extend an invitation her way, to join me in spectating a sumo wrestling match.
But
However, encountering a friend here, that's you, Mesmer, I must admit, I've indeed been taken by surprise. I didn't take you to be the type to enjoy these glory spectacles. Even when faced with challenges, you lean toward resolving them independently. Oh. The pyroscope on the brunette's arms is an obvious clue. The young researcher may excel at constructing complex systems, but he is just as adept at circumventing obstacles and distractions to find the truth. Was this the timekeeper's doing?
She certainly knows how to use people to get what she wants.
Not long ago, while Mesmer Jr. was an official business foundation, she encountered her now officer, illustrious former classmate. At the time, she was hurrying down the hall, on the phone with some unknown party. She always seemed so busy.
Yes.
Yes, I'm on my way. I'll be there soon, Mesmer Jr.
Vertin,
I must say, I'm actually quite glad to see you. I have a favor to ask of you.
The busy star at the foundation makes a request to deliver an important letter on her behalf to a colleague training at the community center.
they have this thing these days called Critter Express.
No.
I'm afraid Carbuncle's going to have to confirm what's going on with 37 for me. She said that she's fine, but she's never left her island before, so I worry that her fine may not really count as fine. I was hoping you might help confirm just how fine she is now, as the most trustworthy person I know at the community center.
How amusing. She seems to have forgotten what transpired in this very hallway, but Mesmer Jr. knows that it's impossible. Is it a trap? Psychological manipulation? A true gesture of goodwill, or perhaps... He should have said no.
I don't understand.
I really don't know why she insisted on asking me.
and
I've always trusted her judgment, particularly when it concerns people. Mesmer Jr. doesn't wish to dwell on the topic. Her eyes reach for the room down the hallway.
Anyway, how would you describe things around here? Vertin leased this girl with you for a second, and now it looks like she's being eaten alive. How long has this been going on?
Since the day she arrived at the community center, do you recall the problem Bear left with the blackboard to the left of the lobby over a year ago? The one no one could solve? That girl passed by during her first day of preambulations, and 2 seconds later, bam! She had the answer all chalked out. Since then, this hallway has become the rowdiest strip in the entire LSCC. Mesmer Jr. looks at the researchers coming and going, a frown growing more evident on her face.
Oh, please.
There are researchers from every department here. And are you telling me that this one girl has insights into every field of research compelling enough to cause all this? It's impossible.
Oh, no. That's not it. She's barely aware of most of our research. All she deals with is mathematics.
Mathematics.
She repeats the word.
Of course. I've heard that that island was a hotbed of math geniuses.
that's right.
Exactly. Just dear Leonardo pointed out long ago, mathematics is the foundation of all sciences. But most people have failed to grasp this universal truth. But this girl is not like most people. She doesn't know anything about chemistry, astronomy, or physics. But she can solve any single one of their problems if she reduces it to a mathematical problem. I'm not overstating her abilities here. There is yet to be a math puzzle she's encountered that's eluded her computational comprehension.
Really? She does all that with just mathematics?
I too harbored reservations until I observed it in action. Maybe I can offer an example for your education. The original progenitors of mathematics employed a fascinating The original progenitors of mathematics employed a fascinating sagittissimal numeric system, yet this is not the most extraordinary aspect of their knowledge. The most remarkable aspect is that their frameworks lacked both the notion of zero and of decimals, yet they still managed to produce accurate results. The pinnacle of our most advanced arcanum pales in comparison to the skills demonstrated by that remarkable girl.
Oh, please.
Exaggerating as always, I see. We both know how they did it.
Mesmer may not enjoy drawing attention to her intellect the way her peers do, but there is no doubt that she belongs among them. Yes, Twan, base 60.
1, 10, 100, and 0.1 all represent 1 when written in their method. Whenever they needed to use this number in their calculations, like if they wanted to multiply it by 100, in theory they'd end up stuck with no way to proceed. Since they used cuneiform symbols, but not the actual numbers they represent, they had no way of knowing what numbers the symbols stood for.
But
They didn't need to know. In their abstract mathematical world, whether the answer was 100, 1000, or 10,000, ultimately, by following the same rules, they'd arrive at the same answer. 1.
The therapist shakes her head.
There's nothing magic about it. Please step aside. Sorry, today's Q&A session is over.
Don't do this.
By what right do you think you've got a monopoly on 37's time? This is a travesty. Awful past will suffer, you hear? You're holding back global scientific progress. She slams the door. Global scientific progress will have to wait.
All right. Now,
Mesmer Jr. clears a path to the desk. Beneath the desk, next to a chair rendered an impromptu bookcase with a pile of papers stacked on it, hides a head of tangled, light-colored hair.
so it can be proven that when n is greater than 2, there are no positive integer solutions.
Uh-huh.
This proof is correct. But his method is different from ours. Incredible!
Yeah, Vertin, I don't think 37's fine. Seems like he's just burying
Was she
herself in
ever
math.
fine? I mean, is there anything different from before?
Yeah, before she at least played with her friends on the beach every now and again.
Okay, yeah, tell me, which friends does she have there? Exactly. Moving on.
Right.
39.
Sorry, what was that,
Hold on
man?
a second. It's 39.
39.
Aw.
Is 39 a prime number?
39 is not a prime number, no. It's divisible by
Oh.
3.
Of course it isn't. 35 is not right. Is 37 a prime number?
37 is a prime number, yes.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here. I'm too stupid for any sort of mathematics, aside from like 1 + 1 = 2. And I'm voicing the math girl. I am fear. Like half the stuff she says, I'm like nodding along, not knowing what I'm saying. I'm just saying it. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Let's see. Yeah, I believe 31 is the closest prime number. Could be wrong about that. No, yeah, 31. That's the closest one. Something something twin prime conjecture. I think what ends up happening is that they do kind of have a decimal system. They just increase the number. So in the same way you would move a decimal to the right is basically how they would like arrive at the answer and then just move it back, and then round off the decimals. So yeah, they still technically had it. They just didn't understand the principle. Part 2. Platonic solids. A beautiful hypothesis, though unattainable. The heart yearns for it.
Oh! Yes, this proof is flawless! And even better! It's correct! Why? Why didn't anyone on the island realize there was another way? I need to note this down. Six will definitely want to know about this. Hello, 37. Sorry to interrupt. How regrettable. This hypothesis was so intriguing, yet ultimately untrue. It's always a heartbreak to disprove an elegant theory. The conjecture regarding planets and Platonic solids was similar. It was so perfect. Everyone wished it might be true, but it wasn't.
The girl beneath tangled hair is absorbed in her own world. Perhaps it is just her imagination, but there is a trace of melancholy in the girl's voice. But who could feel sad over a mathematical proof?
There must be some perfect order, a function through which all things can be predicted. We just haven't found it yet. Error, then, doesn't really mean failure. Within each failure may lie the key to the truth. Oh! Yes, that must be it. Ow!
A dull thud. Unexpected result.
Look!
And that is why children are usually not permitted to play underneath tables. Perhaps you should consider utilizing your chair for its intended purpose, 37.
I probably should have asked before, but why exactly did you follow me in here?
Oh, don't be like that. I didn't say anything about carelessly abandoning my previous intention of extending an invitation to our computational celebrity to partake in spectating muscle-bound sparring competition.
When it comes to X, the more long and nonsensical words he puts in a sentence, the more likely he's trying to hide something. Yeah, I figured. That's like, these don't mean anything. That's why it's hard for me to read. But prying the truth from him would be effort she'd rather not waste. She's better off ignoring him. He's one small spore of grey mold left in the room. That's all.
Are you okay? I'm fine.
Essentially.
If we consider my head to be a circle and the edge of the table as a straight line, then no matter where I actually hit it, At the moment of collision, my head was only briefly tangential to the table. Not intersecting, not separate, but in tangent. This is a very good positional relationship. From the center of the circle, my head's ideal model center, a line through the tangent point must be perpendicular to the table. The sine of 90 degrees is 1. The cosine is 0, and the tangent is infinity. There's no better angle than 90 degrees. So, I'm totally fine. It doesn't hurt at all.
Good.
Fine.
In truth, her peculiar explanation, coupled with the tears welling in her eyes, is not all that convincing.
You're a new face.
It's an odd way to get across the question. Most might say, "Who are you?" or some other polite tease, but then, this girl is not most people.
What's the next question?
What numbers have you brought me? Let's have a look at your problem.
She extends her hand to the therapist. It appears it's this protocol she has established with the Glaucus from earlier.
The number I've brought is 6.
She placed a papyrus letter in the girl's palm.
6?
A perfect number.
Yes. 6 is a good number. A familiar number. What kind of proof do you wish to make with this number?
The girl's mathematical babbling slows as she gazes deeply at the papyrus scroll in her hand, lost in contemplation.
Nothing.
I don't have a problem. This is a letter from someone named 6. Vertin asked me to give it to you.
Oh!
Vertin? And 6!
Her eyes light up. She grabs the outstretched scroll and ties in the flurry of movement.
Let's see what 6 wrote. First question. Are you getting used to life over there?
No problem.
I am indeed. Meals are delivered to me daily through an intriguing pneumatic tube system, and they don't serve me any beans. This allows me to focus on my research without any distractions. Second question. Have you gotten sick? No, I'm in good health. Though, without Sophia to comb my hair, it has gotten a bit matted. But that's alright. I just cut out the parts I can't untangle. Have I learned anything new? Yes, I've learned so many new things and built up a collection of newspaper clippings I plan on sending back to the island. My research, well, I've gathered a lot of numbers and solved many problems and
then?
The girl stares at the letter in her hand, falling silent.
Is something wrong? To be honest, I don't think my research is going well at all.
I think?
My hypothesis was that if I ventured to the world beyond the island, I might encounter many more numbers than before. I theorized that so long as I obtained enough numbers, no matter how complex the function, I could grab it and calculate its formula, or at least obtain the clues necessary to solve them. Numbers are the keys to the truth. I must decipher them.
The girl says the word. The girl says the word with absolute conviction.
What?
The truth. Is that the topic of your research?
Yes,
The response comes at the slightest ambiguity.
last time I failed. I got the answer, but I was too slow, and it wasn't enough. It wasn't complete, and bad things happened. That's why I need to find a better answer. A more complete truth, then the bad things won't happen again, and everything will function as it should, in the most ordered manner.
Is that so?
She says all of her sincerity that, as bizarrely grandiose as it sounds, Mesmer knows the girl is completely serious. But how could she even begin to evaluate such an overly ambitious goal? Before she can respond, the girl lowers her head.
I've run into a problem. I've encountered many more numbers, but I still can't decipher the functions at work behind them. It feels like... Oh, are you familiar with hopscotch?
A kid's game?
Yes, Sophia taught me how to play it. I think my situation is a bit like hopscotch.
The name is wholly unfamiliar to her, but the girl seems unaware even of the need to explain that much. She lowers her gaze and takes a step forward on the laboratory floor.
See? Numbers can be found within all things. So now, I'm currently in this square.
Okay, I got it.
Sure.
As far as she can see, there are no squares on the floor. And what does she mean by numbers can be found within all things?
And behind the numbers lies the path to the truth. But
The girl looks at the floor in front of her, shaking her head.
I can't see where the next square is drawn, so I'm stuck here, unable to move forward.
I understand.
She doesn't understand at all. A part of her wishes she could say, "Keep trying. I'll be leaving now." But as she watches the girl, who was so exhilarated reading that letter, and now appears so despondent, she cannot bring herself to say it.
You see, that's the why of it.
The therapist's glance signals for the mold behind her to remain silent.
I'm not sure of the specifics, but it looks like you've hit a block. This is very normal. I'm sure nearly everyone in this computing center has been in your shoes before.
Do you mean it? Everyone here has been through the same thing. This is the first time I felt so hopeless. Up until now, even if I didn't have the answer right away, I never felt upset about it.
Oh.
I don't really understand it.
The experienced artificial somnambulism therapist needs only a glance around the room to identify the problem. Closed windows, dusty corners, disorganized files, a blanket on the sofa, and stainless steel pneumatic food delivery cans scattered all over the place.
When was the last time you went outside? That's strange. I can only provide an approximate value, nothing precise.
Got it.
I thought as much. Listen, maybe you could go out with your friend.
Mesmer Jr. holds back the second half of her sentence. She knows something of the girl's background. She left her home and came to the community center alone to carry out her research. With every game timekeeper preoccupied with her task, 37 most likely doesn't have any friends to go out with.
Maybe I should.
Yes, I could. Perhaps you could go out for a walk or something.
Her professional ethics demand that she offer this non-committal, all-purpose suggestion.
A walk?
The girl thinks for a moment, then nods.
You make a good point. A walk might help me to progress my research. It is a solid hypothesis at least. Previously, when we needed inspiration, we might take a walk at the beach.
Okay, again, sorry. Ugh, my voice is breaking. Let me drink something real quick.
Yep, good idea.
Previously, when we needed inspiration, we might take a walk on the beach, or calculate the trajectory of seagulls while relaxing in the sun.
The suggestion accepted, but the girl still appears hesitant.
Perhaps I shouldn't let such trivial worldly concerns hold me back, but I've discovered that there are no beaches nearby, and no seagulls either. So, that's why I'm not all that enthusiastic about going out for a walk.
Some people are blind to their own emotions, disregard their own feelings, and immerse themselves in solving other people's problems. This is true of one of her classmates and of the girl standing before her. Mesmer Jr. doesn't know much about 37, but she surmises the problem is not just an absence of sand and seagulls. Her work was over. She shouldn't even be here anymore.
Maybe you could go somewhere else. Do you have any suggestions? Well, you could try.
A blind spot emerges. Mesmer is not quite skilled in relaxing either. But by luck, the mole still growing silently in the room happens to be quite an expert in the field.
Looks like...
Ladies, it appears you might require some advice. Would you like to hear my 2 cents? You can